Hello, welcome to another episode of the Long Hop Cricket Podcast with me, Owen. Alongside me, as usual, is Dave. And today we're going to be doing a rainy day podcast, which means we're not really covering a game. We're picking a subject of our own and we're going to cover that. We've done some fantasy drafts before of teams. But today we're going to be kind of doing it's not a fantasy draft, is it?
No, I suppose not.
It's not one that you fantasise about.
England's worst 11?
Yeah.
There's a few rules, isn't there, we've put together. This team are still playing for at least their counties.
The players.
Effectively, they could still be picked again.
And they have been picked for England before.
And they all have played international test cricket for England.
Yeah, it's a test team.
A test 11 that will be interesting to see if any of you think we've been slightly harsh. Yeah, it wasn't really that easy, was it?
It wasn't that easy.
Though we have seen some dire players
we
play
came
for
across
England.
some gems in there. But some of it is a bit harsh.
Is there anybody you think we might have missed off?
No.
Any disclaimers you want to put out there straight away? Just a few warnings? No?
No.
Be interesting to see what you guys think at home.
Yeah.
Make sure you drop comments on.
It'll be interesting because I bet we've missed a few.
We must have.
Because we found it a bit tricky, actually. Especially with the bowling, the seam bowling.
Yeah, looking at our team, are we a top-heavy batting team?
Yeah, we found some good middle order.
One difficult thing was the keeper, which we'll get on later.
Yeah.
We haven't had a really, really bad keeper for a while. Anyway, let's crack on with our opening pair.
Right.
Adam Lyth.
Yeah. Just never worked for him.
What was what name we gave him? Go on.
I don't know if that's a bit harsh. My nickname for him.
I'll go for it.
He looked like a character from Lord of the Rings.
Gollum. You called him Gollum.
Right, well, have a look. What do you think?
Does he look like Gollum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does, doesn't he?
And Stephen Ireland, who plays for Stoke.
No, he looks more like Gollum.
Adam Lloyd actually started his test career well with
I think he got 100.
But that
Ashes
the
series
Ashes
was
just
killed him. Just couldn't get past 12.
That was bad.
It was awful.
Cook was just looking at him going,
So,
and again,
just
and
waiting
again.
for number 3.
Talking about
He was really bad. It was painful.
we have seen some bad. Alex Hale's getting anywhere near this team.
No.
Is that because of his ODI form?
No.
Alex Hale's never scored 100 for England.
No, I know,
Test.
but we've got some. We're fine for bad openers. The other thing with Adam live was watching him in that Ashes series, like Mark Nicholas commentating, and he'd hit a 4. Mark Nicholas, like, that's the 4 to start his England career. Like, we're mad about the boy. Like,
I hate Mark Nicholas.
He's just so painfully cheesy with the commentary, and yeah, he was just rubbish. He's so small. Not that makes a bad batsman. They're usually quite small.
I think he's doing fairly well for his county. There are players that just can't make that transition, aren't there? And I think Adam Lyth's one of them.
It's happened before.
Will we see Adam Lyth come back?
No.
You won't, will we?
No.
I think Alex Hales gets him way ahead of Lythy.
Yeah,
Hales
quite a few.
Down the pecking list, isn't it?
There's quite a few.
What about Compton, who's taken a break from cricket, but we're presuming will come back in some sort of form?
Yeah, he's our second opener, isn't he?
Yes, he comes in number 2. We won't see him. I can guarantee you we won't see him in England colours again, no? I think it's just playing for Warwickshire will be his... Yeah. He'll end his season at Warwickshire. He'll end his...
Just too slow.
Would just put too much pressure on himself, wouldn't it? And it would just be painful to watch somebody just...
He just compile and compact and compact more and more and more pressure.
And it wasn't like Trott, who could just be mentally very strong at the crease.
Yeah.
It was somebody
you
who
could see it piling up on him,
biting
at
him.
The sweats. Just like worrying about it.
And you could,
it's like 20 off 80 balls. Okay, that's not bad. Oh yeah. And the thing is, when he played in South Africa, I think he was batting at 3.
Yeah.
And him and James Taylor started to get. They had a few sort of innings together, partnerships, and you're like, oh, this could be a
middle
order. No. Just really didn't work out for Compton. He's just too slow.
Well, was it last summer? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Last summer in the winter.
Yeah, it was last summer because we watched him play against Sri Lanka.
And just watching those, just thinking, you need to just get a run.
I know.
Just
it was so bad.
Get above 12, get above 15. But then he'd get 40 off of 200 balls. And then everything would go to wasted. But do you know what I always thought? He looked just really taut at the crease.
And he had that tilt the head.
Yeah.
Which I was it. He'd like turn his head and be like looking like real weird at him. I'll tell you what I really like.
Five minutes in, I'm not restarting so fast.
Okay, right. Sorry.
Yeah, go on about Compton.
Right, Compton. He's just farted right in the middle of doing a podcast. That's disgraceful. Right. Sorry, didn't even... Right. I forgot what it's
Right, should we move on to Ravi?
No. That was it. No, Compton, what I really liked was the...
We need to start again. I can't breathe.
I tell you what I really liked about Nick Compton.
Owen.
No, we're carrying on. Was
Owen,
sponsored by Millchamp and Hall. They're my favourite batmate, Millchamp and Hall. The only thing that started to put me off them is they charged like 700 quid for a bat now, which is absolutely mental.
700? No, they don't.
Have a look. Millchamp and Hall, they charge close to £1,000 for a bat now. It's absolutely ridiculous, but I thought that was cool because I've never seen anyone sponsored by Millchamp and Hall. He plays internationally anyway. But yeah,
but that's not enough to keep him out of the worst 11.
Not enough to keep him out of the worst 11.
Number 3 is someone... I don't know if we bashed him on...
I had a little go at him in the last podcast.
Did you?
Yeah.
David Parra?
Yeah. We're saying lazy, playing lazy shots.
We've done podcasts where they haven't gone on live if you're not on YouTube, where we've bashed Parra.
Right.
I was just wondering if we've...
No, I don't think we've had... No, because he hasn't been playing for England since we've been doing this.
But he finds a way into the conversation.
Yeah, well...
So Ravi Bopara comes at number 3. Actually, somebody very gifted at county level.
Right. What our main concern with him is his attitude. It's the sort of getting out for 12 when we've had a collapse and he's walking back like, oh well, sort of shrug of the shoulders with his... Oh, it would really annoy me.
It was just that, it would just chip up, go straight, down.
I remember watching
mid-Hansard.
2009 Ashes and Mitchell Johnson bowled a short one at him. He sort of dropped the gloves and tucked his chin up and it hit the grill and sort of shunted his helmet back into him. Next ball, Mitchell Johnson's bowls on outside the off-stump, slow ball, and he just chipped up and got caught. Just walked back like, well. But, God, I'm sure that's not his attitude.
I think he had the talent. We've seen him be very consistent for Essex. And also, when he came in, scored those hundreds against West Indies, didn't he?
Right. I remember watching that, and he scored 3 back-to-back hundreds for England, which is a record or something for his first 3 innings.
Yeah.
They showed a map of where all those balls went past the stumps. 2 balls on the stump.
2 balls would have got him hitting the stumps.
If he wouldn't have left,
would have got
him out in that many innings. So it's like, yeah. I mean, he's just been... I think he's annoyed us more than anything.
What about Ravi's capabilities with the ball?
He is quite a useful sort of change bowler, isn't he? Just to do something different with. And
I tell you what, his bowling is what's wrong with English county cricket. It's that that kind of slower pace between 75 and 80 that can swing. But then when you take it to international cricket, gets blasted.
Right.
Swings in English conditions on horrible green wickets that aren't as prepared like Test cricket wickets are. and he'll pick up heaps of wickets. 50 in a season, be fine.
Oh, he's really useful, but
And next thing you know, he'll come across a team and Kumar Sangakkara will knock 200 off him in a matter of seconds.
he's not good enough to play for England.
Though somebody who does have or did have a very good average for England will come in at number 4.
I think we might have had this argument before on
Gary
the podcast.
Balance.
Yeah, about Balance, because
Balance had an average of over 40.
I mean, it was really good.
He had a very similar to Papara, but was probably more consistent. Had a very, very good start to his career. Was really somebody that you could, you'd put your house on.
Just looked really good.
Just being a long stay in England cricket,
exactly.
And looked very good technically. Looked like a brilliant mindset. Just looked like an exciting player that we could see run after run after run.
Yeah,
but that didn't turn out to be the case.
It didn't.
We saw him come back to play. Was it? He was against Bangladesh in a Test series,
and it didn't work.
Didn't work.
He's just. I just don't.
What happens then with Balance?
I think with some players, it's either that I just don't think.
But we've seen him. We've seen him do it, and I'm looking down this list, and there's probably the next 3 maybe
haven't done it.
But probably the door's not fully closed on them. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Lythy, Compton, and Papara, it has. The door's closed. There's no.
I don't think the door's fully shut on Balance.
No, I don't think.
But I think recent players who could be called up, I think he gets in England's worst 11.
Yes, yeah. So do I.
Yeah.
I think that's, we've actually had generally quite a good batting order. There's been, like, you'll see the next few names. There's been people in and out of the team, but generally, England's team's pretty good. They Balance 2 goes that he's been brought back twice now.
Yeah. No.
So he's been kicked from the team twice, and he'll have to do well at county cricket maybe for the next couple of years before he gets back into anywhere near that team. Because you've got
a lot of work to do.
The likes of Butler wanting to get back in this team. We've got Jennings,
Billings,
Hamid, Billings. It's a good team.
There's real. I mean, Bairstow doesn't get.
Well, Bairstow.
Oh no, sorry, he does.
Butler.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so there's a lot of competition.
There definitely is. And Moeen Ali's place might not be dead on. If I want to move him just as a. So I think it'll be a while for Balance. Again, it will be a while for somebody like Vince, I think.
Yeah, Vince, number 5. He didn't do it. Like these couple.
Didn't score over a 50, did he?
No.
His high score was 40 something.
Yeah.
And when we were talking about how painful it was watching Compton, although Vince isn't as slow, Vince would play beautiful strokes.
It wasn't painful to watch.
But it was painful to see him get 40.
Well, it was painful to see him get out when you're like, this guy.
He's got it all.
He's
looks play brilliant
absolutely
shots.
Quality. Just could not make runs. And it was sort of painful.
Yeah, I think Vincey, if you had to, I don't know, prioritise which player you'd want out of Vince and Balance in the pecking order.
Jesus. Do you want to be hung or die from like? It's like, come on, no.
Though I think the next player, Duckett, might be the one who could.
I think we'll get some comments about putting Duckett in this team.
Yeah.
Yeah. First of all,
we've had comments about Duckett. Jack Peters has come and given us a bit of stick for Duckett.
I don't think Duckett's that bad. I think he had a tough introduction, and he hasn't played
at the
that
top
much.
of the order.
Yeah. He hasn't had that much.
Although he plays number 3 for his county, he was
hasn't
shit at
had
top
that
of the order.
much experience.
He was dog shit.
Playing it for England and came in difficult. But yeah, I mean, for recent players who've played for England who could still, he gets in this team.
Though I think Duckett's probably a player that we might see come back quicker than anyone else.
Yeah,
in the team.
I think he in that.
And Duckett gets in the team as well because we've had to try and bodge a wicketkeeper.
Yes, he's our wickie.
So Duckett will take the gloves.
Take the gloves.
Yeah, you're right. He hasn't scored. I don't think he scored 100 for England. I think he scored. Was it one decent score he scored against Bangladesh in that 1-1 series draw with them in the winter? Otherwise, he's been pretty poor. But
tell you what, do you think it's harder at the moment for players to get into the England Test team because of how good and strong the England ODI batting lineup is, because it's been a real route for players
then.
to get into the Test team is to do well in the ODIs, and then they consider them for getting into the Test team.
So do you think Sam Billings might be in line for the Test team before the likes of Duckett, Vincent, Balance?
Yeah, because it's got to be so hard to get into that ODI team. You've
Yeah,
got to be
it's very
thinking, well, I've
difficult,
got to compete for a Test spot then.
Though Owen Morgan, has he got a chance of creeping into this worst ever team?
Now, because
his ODI form? Does that keep him out of it? His ODI, like Alex Hales?
Yeah, he wasn't great Test match player, but
No, he wasn't.
He's not as
bad as
any of these. I wouldn't say.
I'd
have him over any of these.
I'd like to see his stats, just stats.
Right. Yeah.
Up against Balance. I know Balance is one of the weird ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Quickly, I want you to put 1, 2, and 3. 1, they're the closest
to getting in.
Yeah. Duckett, Vincent, Balance. Who's the closest? Duckett into getting into the England team.
Yes.
And then Vincent, Balance.
Vincent, Balance are both so far off.
I think Balance is probably. I'd probably say
Balance is closer.
Yeah. Vince has a lot to do for Vince, isn't there?
Which is really weird because it wasn't that long ago he was playing for England.
Yeah,
he's so far
how
away
you can
now.
just really just pilot drop.
He just never did it. It's just like, we'll try other people, and other people have started to do well. I think he's a very long way away from getting picked again.
Oh, poor Vincent. Though I think you're right. We might get a bit of backlash, maybe Balance and Duckett. Though this is a name you brought forward.
We found all of this 11 quite tricky. There's only maybe 1, 2.
Lively, we didn't.
Yeah, but
Comp
there's
Dog,
maybe
didn't.
3 players.
Rapara.
Isn't there?
There is 2 or 3 bowlers here. But that middle order we found difficult to kind of really put in, and I think there's a couple of bowlers here we found difficult.
Struggled.
But yeah, you're right. We struggled on a few, but the top 3 we definitely didn't.
Okay, so number 7
is Chris Jordan.
Yeah,
comes in as the all-rounder, if you like.
Yeah,
you don't like him, do you?
He's just not. I still don't understand unless you have injury that prevents you from being able to play a long time, so playing Test match cricket. Why are you a specialist 2020 player? Chris Jordan can bowl 90 miles an hour.
Yeah.
He's very fast.
But
and he can't play Test match cricket.
He can play ODI cricket.
But he can't play Test match cricket.
No, but
he can't bat at that level.
There's some batsmen that can't.
His bowling doesn't work, and I don't know why. And he's a really good fielder. He should be.
But then we say about Owen Morgan, Alex Hales. We had a long discussion with Alex Hales in the last podcast about the fact that he can play so brilliantly. I'm not saying that Jordan's been the best 20 player, the best Test player. But I think comparing the 2 games can be dangerous.
Yeah. Why do you think Wokes has done so much better than Chris Jordan? Because they're very similar, aren't they?
I probably would say Jordan's even quicker.
Right.
I think Wokes has been able to just...
It's weird.
He's just been able to just slot in a brilliant team, while Jordan has been a player that has actually probably had to really toil away to get his wickets. Well, Wokes, it seems to have just come naturally of him being able to pick up runs and wickets. Very, very... He's made it look easy, hasn't he?
So I think...
There is a player we haven't got down on this list who makes bowling look hard at times. That's Stephen Finn.
Yeah, I know. I did mention him. But he's
had spells of brilliance.
He's not doing that bad at the moment.
And he's doing well with the ODI team as well, which we haven't... Jordan hasn't linked up with. Could you though? Jordan, is he one of the players that you could maybe see back in an England shirt?
No,
not
in a Test match.
You think that's over?
Yeah, I don't think he'll play for England Test match again.
Who's on the? I think
it's Wokes and Stokes and
we've got Ball,
that kind
Plunkett,
of position.
Probably.
But he's not going to take an out bowler's place.
That's fair enough.
We've got 2 really good all-rounders.
Very, very, very good fielder, Jordan. We've seen him take some brilliant catches. I'm bigging him up here, but he's in the worst 11. Let's move on then.
Number 8.
Somebody who you slated.
I couldn't believe he ever got picked again.
The 39-year-old
Gareth Batty. I mean, it's a comfortable pick.
Absolutely,
easily slots in the
we
team.
went after him in the.
You were all for him being picked in that India squad.
Was it? Did he play against India or did he play against Bangladesh?
India.
He played. Yes, he went to both tours, didn't he?
Could not believe it.
He probably didn't play as much. He played.
Couldn't believe it. Why? We've been through this.
Yeah,
he comfortably gets in this team.
He's had a very bad time
Rubbish.
against Bangladesh.
Too old.
Well, just not a good enough bowler either.
Yeah, he's too old.
I didn't mind his age. That wasn't a problem for me. It was just how shit he was bowling.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
That was the problem.
Yes, of course.
He was
very bad. Not good enough. He's not a test. Test match quality.
Oh, and if you looked at our spin in this winter, anyone could have got into this too.
Fatty.
Yeah, I know, but
come on,
we could have made the bowlers up with spinners, couldn't we?
I'd like to have a go. Right, let's move on.
Now this is something I think is the next one.
This one I think is the harshest.
You've probably put him there through the amount of games he's played. I wanted Ajmal Shahzad, but
he played one game.
You wouldn't let me have him because he
played one game in 1997. We can't have him. He's not anywhere near getting picked for England Test match team.
But you've gone with Liam Plunkett as in England's worst 11 that could still currently get picked for England.
Yeah,
I think it's harsh.
It is harsh.
Are we scraping the barrel here?
Yeah, because I think we've had James Anderson and Stuart Broad for so long. It's really hard. We haven't had that many seam bowlers come and take their place.
But you danced about the idea of Mark Wood.
Yeah.
Is that because of fitness? Because I think as a bowler, he's a brilliant bowler.
Partly because of fitness, partly because there's a real lack of Test match seam bowlers to pick from.
Okay.
Who could get into a team who might get picked that are bad.
Yeah.
So I would go for Plunkett because I don't like the way he bowls.
So if we were going to have...
It's too short.
Yeah, if we
bowls too short and doesn't really have anything else.
Because I was just about to say, if you were to have a test match tomorrow in England, you would have Brodie, Anderson, Wokes, Stokes as your fourth bowler.
Exactly.
And you'd have a spinner.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're right. We've actually been blessed in the fast. We've only had...
Though
Plunkett, I think, is a bit harsh. I like Plunkett as a player.
Yeah, I think it's harsh, but I think, like you said, I think we're scraping the barrel to find a seam bowler to put in there.
We're going to have a look at... So we've had to go back to a spinner here. If you can call him a spinner. Do you think he spins the more than Batty does? James Treadwell?
Oh, hang on. You putting him 10?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Treadwell, I've never seen a less... He's so harmless as a bowler. Do you remember when he played in that? I think it might have been Cookie's first tour as England captain in Bangladesh, and Treadwell got picked.
Right.
I couldn't believe it watching him bowl. I was like, oh, this has been,
worse than Batty or not?
Oh,
yeah.
It's so passive. There's nothing about it at all. If you saw that on a Sunday, you'd think, oh, get some runs today. It's so, just totally average.
Because I threw up Simon Patel as a potential.
Yeah, he's got too much talent.
You think he's just...
He's just lazy.
Fattened up.
He's just...
Fitness. Fatness. I think fitness is a problem with Simon.
Yeah, fitness is a problem, but he is talented. He could do a job.
But he can't spin it that much.
Do you know what? You could put Patel in instead of Moeen Ali, and I don't think you'd see that much difference.
With the bat, you would, surely. You're nodding your head as in a no motion.
Yeah, I don't think you would.
Well, so you're a Patel fan.
I think he's good. I think he's just lazy, and just not up for putting the effort in.
Okay, he certainly doesn't pip Treadwell to the worst 11.
Treadwell's awful. Right, so number 11, you're going to have to take us through number 11 because I don't even know who this bloke is.
Well, Boyd Rankin.
Right.
Boyd Rankin, very tall player. Plays his cricket at Warwickshire, I believe. He might have moved since. No, this is something you don't like in international cricket, is it? Or any sort of sport. You don't like it when people change their nationality.
Right. Yeah, this annoys me.
It can't happen in football. I know in football, if you play for a certain level or at a certain age, you can't then change.
Mm.
So, Jack Grealish, famously
He's played for Ireland. Not for
schoolboy, but he hasn't played under
He's played
21s. He had to make his mind up. He hasn't played under
I don't know about
21s.
that.
He hasn't. He was like, you can play under 21s, and you got to make your mind up then. Who are you going to play for?
Are you sure?
Yeah, he's played schoolboy for Ireland. He hasn't played under 21s.
Right. Anyway, what's this Boyd Rankin?
Boyd Rankin has played for Ireland for
in like 2010.
2010.
Right.
And then from 2011, 2012.
Played for England.
And then he's now gone back to Ireland.
Now he plays for Ireland.
And he plays for Ireland currently.
That's ridiculous.
How does that even work?
I don't understand.
Paper-wise.
It's not possible. You can't do that.
He's had one test match, picked up one wicket. It doesn't get any worse than that.
Right, we're putting him in there because it's just ridiculous. He's breaking the law. It's just really annoying more than anything. Owen Morgan as well. That annoys me.
Yeah.
He's played for Ireland. Who's the opener? He opened for England and didn't make it, so now he plays for Ireland.
Oh, Ed Joyce.
Ed Joyce did the same.
Yeah, you don't like it, do you, at all?
I hate it.
Yeah, I think Boyd Rankin's taking the piss, really. To go one and then come and then to come back.
Well, if you pick one, make the wrong decision and pick the other, but like they let you get away with
it. The thing is, though, is that
but then to go straight back.
Your teammates that might still be in the team for when you first played. I
gave it a crack, didn't work out.
It was just like, you guys are shit.
I
was the best player in this team. You guys
are just as shit as me, so I can get away with it.
But when I went and played with a proper team, I was shit. So I'd rather be a big fish in a fucking tiny little pond. That is Ireland.
I hate it.
Cricket.
I hate it. So I don't really know why you would get in the team because I have no idea what he's like as a bowler.
Who's your captain going to be?
I guess we've got to pick the worst captain. Who we think would be the worst captain?
Was there anyone close to? Okay, who's been your worst England captain? Who actually has captained? Who's not going to be in the team? The worst England captain? Who has captained for England?
Test match.
Who could still get in the England squad?
Oh my god!
There's one person I can think of.
Who?
Kevin Peterson.
Oh yeah, good shout. Yeah, but he's not getting in my team. Even if he should, I wouldn't put him in there. I wouldn't put him in my worst 11.
You wouldn't let him get anywhere near an English shirt ever again.
No.
For me, it's got to go to Papara, isn't it? He's surely the most experienced, apart from Batty, maybe.
I'd give it to Papara because of his attitude, even though I don't know that it's bad. It's just his aura that he gave off.
I like Bopes.
Annoyed me.
No, I don't.
So, do you reckon it would be good to give it to Compton?
No, he's
like, let's just restrict it and make sure nothing happens.
Well, he's just had a break from cricket. He doesn't need to don the England shirt and be captain. Do you think?
What about Batty?
Yeah, the old pro.
Yeah.
All right, Rankin being like, do you know what? Come back. We've got captaincy for you.
No.
You're doing well now. Come back. Go on.
I think we've kind of broken the rules of picking Rankin.
Yeah,
because he can't be picked for England because he plays for Ireland.
Well, you might have said that for when
there
might be.
If you give him the call, he'll turn up.
2011, 2012, there might have been two Irish lads doing a podcast, being the worst Irish team. So who's captain going to be? Bopes.
I would pick Batty. I like that.
Yeah, okay.
Give him Batty as the captaincy. That's a rubbish 11. Do you know what?
What about that versus 90s or late 80s English cricket?
Could you see if that team was put out like 2 years ago, you could see looking back at it and go, "What on earth was that?" Couldn't you? Like you can see England doing that. Like when you look back at some England sporting teams,
we've pretty much run through the Lions team, haven't we? England Lions. Yeah, that is.
Like, what was the point in putting that team out? I mean, that's really bad. Out of that 11, who's closest to getting picked again to play for England Test match? It's Duckett, isn't it?
Duckett. I think you have Duckett. You have Plunkett, maybe.
Duckett and Plunkett, and I don't think any of the others.
And then you have
play for England Test match.
Probably
cricket.
Jordan, Balance, and
that's it. Vince, maybe
in a tier down, if you like, and then the rest are no hopes, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree.
Is there any? Are you sad that Duckett's not on the team? Just to end
No.
with, no, you're not bothered.
I'd
Well,
be interested because we might have missed someone out.
yeah,
I'd
yeah.
be interested comments of your
See what you what did you
sticking
think?
to similar rules.
What did you think of our our 11? Do you think that could beat the likes of, the NASA's
No.
team? No.
No.
We'll leave it there then. Thanks again, guys, for all the support. We hope you've enjoyed the England series. But there's going to be no English cricket now for probably about a month or so.
While.
So we will be doing a show every Sunday. You're always guaranteed a show every Sunday anyway. But we would like, if anything you want us to talk about, subject matters, podcast matters.
Yeah.
Really would like to hear what you'd like us to talk about.
Give us a like.
Yeah, throw it on the like. We will be bringing more other international games as well. Keep those comments coming, like I've just said. The subscription's really important. Share us. Just keep on listening, I suppose.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks.
Rubbish ending.
I'm still playing.
End it then.